And welcome into To Your Health. February is National Healthy Heart Month, and of course, one of the things we've always heard about, especially the way Americans live their lives, is, boy, do you have a high blood pressure. Well, we need to do something about it because it can affect you in a very detrimental way. We have Carl Schmidt with us today, and you are, what is your title?
I'm a naturopathic doctor.
Naturopathic doctor,
Right.
okay.
I'm a board-certified naturopathic doctor, which is, I'm not a physician. So
Right.
there's a clarification. I find a natural medicine, a plant, if you will, approach to solving a health issue.
And of course, he's with the Herb Shop located in Montgomery, Alabama. And Carl, we hear about the fact that if you go to your doctor, one of the first things, no matter what happens, one of the first things they do is they take your blood pressure. Why do they do that?
Well, I mean, that's one of the most easy things to monitor is your blood pressure. And it's a very common problem. People, as we age, many people develop higher blood pressure as an issue. And it's known as the silent killer because it's hard to detect. So many people don't notice any symptom with pressure being out of an optimal range. And it can, left uncontrolled, it can definitely cause a lot of problems. Your blood vessels may not expand accordingly to the amount of pressure in your body, and they can begin to microscopically bleed, and it could develop kidney disease or other organs could be compromised.
And blood pressure can lead to a stroke also, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably because all of a sudden something will clot, the clot will move, and a lot of times it goes to the brain, and then you're going to have a problem in that area. So basically, from a blood pressure perspective, how do we manage it? What's the best way to manage your blood pressure?
Well, the main thing is, may sound strange, is hydration.
No, I drink.
Because our blood and its ability to be thin enough to move adequately needs a certain volume of water.
Right.
And that's one of the simplest things we can do is to be hydrated. And that hydration makes all body systems work better. So hydration plays a huge part. And we have filtration systems at the Herb Shop, and we sell water devices that people can put in their homes that offer the water, and it produces an antioxidant. It's very alkaline water, and the resistance on the water is much less than conventional water, which means the water can get into cells better. But when it comes to blood pressure, other things like magnesium can help the heart and blood vessels relax more fluidly. Potassium is another mineral that's very important for pressure. Potassium and salt ratio are really important. Many people oversalt their foods, and salt can be a problem to increase fluid retention. And so potassium is kind of the antagonist to sodium, and many of our foods don't have much potassium, so a potassium supplement may be useful. Even if your potassium in blood work is normal, our body is robbing one organ or tissue. It may take minerals out of muscles to put it into the blood to help maintain a certain optimal operation. And so some level of potassium, I mean, the daily recommended allowance of potassium is over 3,000 milligrams. So a common potassium supplement is like 99 milligrams. So it takes it'd be hard to over supplement on potassium proportionate to the daily recommended allowance. So potassium plays a big part. You think about the different ways drugs work, and some drugs are combinations of several drugs. The most common drug is a diuretic, which is a water pill. And often we find if we just increase your potassium, that accomplishes the same objective. And drugs like a diuretic make you lose all your minerals. It's not just making you lose potassium. So there may some classes of diuretics are potassium sparing diuretics. But in reality, if you just took the potassium, you do better. So it's a great way to start with blood pressure is to be sure magnesium, potassium, and some supplements every day. Then there's medications that work on inhibiting certain stress response signals to the heart. So as we get worried or anxious or anticipating events of the day and life and the demands, that creates a certain adrenal response. And then that adrenal response is telling the heart, get going, we're going to have a busy day.
Right.
But sometimes it overshoots that target, and that's part of where the blood pressure is going. So things that monitor and help with your stress, herbs like ashwagandha, different B vitamins, calming herbs can all help with that process. The other side of blood pressure medicines, there's a signal that also in that same scenario comes off the brain to tell the heart to get pumping and get ready for the day and handle what you think you need to handle.
Right.
And so that's another beta blocker. And then there's another area of medication called calcium channel blockers. Calcium and magnesium are very important in how they regulate. And stress causes acids. Acids make our bones release calcium and puts too much calcium. So the drug blocks the calcium from how it works. But if you took more magnesium, you'd get basically the same effect.
thing.
They're not as immediate, but the maintenance of potassium and magnesium play a big part, and staying well hydrated play a big part in helping blood pressure stay within range.
It's the Herb Shop located on Vaughan Road, Montgomery, Alabama. Carl Schmidt has been running that thing for 30 years. Good advice, and of course, go on in and he'll give you the consultation you need. We'll be right back right after this.